Get up. Get up. Get up.
All right, what's up, guys? We're back here with another bonus episode for you. We've got Cliff Floyd, former New York Met. Super excited to talk to him. Cliff, thank you for taking the time. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
So you're at Old Timers Day.
Yeah.
How was your experience?
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day. I think, when you see all the guys, you sort of just trying to slow the day down, take all of it in, enjoy every minute, get around and say hi to everybody. And it's unfortunate what's going on with Stearnsy.
Yeah.
He eventually passed away. Mm-hmm. But I think, when you think about everybody and how they went about their business to get everybody they possibly could back in the building, you couldn't ask for a better day.
Definitely. Just even see the excitement of all these guys being there. Stearnsy specifically. Yeah. Talked about him recently. He took hacks in the box. I think he was probably the oldest guy to step in there.
Can you just imagine that whole thing, how it unfolded? And he wanted to do it, and he wanted to be a part, obviously, in the day and all the festivities. But that's life, man. That's life full circle. I mean, we all remember what Stearnsy looked like. Yeah. He's full of life.
Football player.
Jacked football player. It was just good to see him come out. It's good to see everybody come out. And as you get a little choked up with it because you know how, we all brothers in this. You know what I mean? And I think people forget at times, we got the uniform on. We saw like superheroes. Well, we're not. Yeah. And that brought us back down to life. So, back down to earth. So I think, and all in all, I don't think you could do a better job than what the Mets did that day.
I was going to say, how did it feel to step back out on the field and play in something of a game?
I was just telling the dudes, I was like, look, we came in here without a limp, most of us. We're going to leave without a limp, right?
Most of us.
Most of us. And the first play of the game, we saw, a little tumble over that short. And I said, oh, Lord, here we go. But I was just trying to make sure it was all fun. But, you get the juices going, man. It's weird how, you get the juices flowing, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, chill. Your body ain't moving like your mind is moving. Yeah. And but it was all good, man. And, Bartolo, I asked him, I was like, you don't give me a cookie? And he's like, no. I was like, I got to really get this going. So I got, I'm glad he said that because I got my mind going. I got in the box, and it was just like, just swing at the first pitch. No matter where it's at, swing at it, and hopefully you do something good.
Which guy impressed you the most during Old Timers Day that you were like, oh, he still got it?
I think everybody looked at Mookie Wilson and
Yeah.
thought, you're not 66 or whatever.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Right? Whatever he
can
is,
move.
I looked in his eyes and I thought, you need to chill. I know there's a lot going on, but it was like he was ready to go. He was sweating. But when you saw him out there and playing, a lot of people need those genes. we don't have them.
No, the guy can still move. And it was also cool because even before the game even happened, he got one of the biggest ovations.
Yeah.
So you feel love going Mookie, and then seeing him out there was kind of a revelation. It probably was for a lot of the older fans. Now, switching to when playing days, playing for the Mets. The Mets are in a pennant race right now, one of the best teams they've had since the team you were on in 2006. Can you draw any comparisons between that roster and this one, or just the feel you can see with this team?
Well, I think every situation is different, but I think when you look at how this team is situated, depth chart-wise, you have some good options for Buck, and I think that's the most important thing in the postseason is having options, having supporting cast players. When you look at the chalkboard, meaning the preparation for the games, the big boys go on the board, but the supporting cast players are not forgotten, but they're the guys that typically come through. So I think when you look at this team, it's good to have depth, and it's good to have guys in certain situations where you can play the cat and mouse with the other manager.
Yeah.
If you don't and you count on every player that you really need without the supporting cast players, it's a lot of pressure. So I think they're in a good position. Unfortunately, you guys know they lost some weird games to some teams, some sub-500 teams. That
team you're connected to.
Well, put some stress on the whole situation.
Yeah.
But if, would it be would it be one of those situations where you're like very comfortable over in Queens? It's never been comfortable.
No,
so I think this is like, the way they like to play, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What's really cool is to draw comparisons to this team, to the team that you guys were on, because when you first got with the Mets, same thing, they weren't necessarily a playoff contender just yet. And then at the end, obviously, had the big run. So how does it feel to be a part of kind of that rebuild process to eventually get to that spot you're all trying to get to?
Man, it feels good. I think, you sort of see what wins. And, you can sort of, put your finger on it sometimes as far as just, what it takes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you look at teams and go, well, they're loaded.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, 162 game season, everybody, if you winning, you've done some things right. The postseason is a little bit different. You're facing a team over and over again. Teams know your tendencies, and you have to do every small thing possible to win games. This is bottom line how it goes. So you look at this team, they're not a team where, you look at like the Astros or the Dodgers, they, hit the 3-run homer and stuff like that. We have, when I say we, they have, I get caught up every once in a while. But they do have guys that can manufacture. And I think that's the most important thing for me. In my opinion, manufacturing runs in the postseason, I'm all about that.
You talked about like seeing it and kind of feeling the moment when you know a team's going to start, not winning, kind of did say that, but didn't say that. Do you remember a moment from either 2004 or 5, even the end of 2003, when you felt like something good was happening with the Mets?
Yeah, you start seeing the players come in, and it's all mindset. And I think, to win, you need one heartbeat. Everybody on the same page, consistently doing things that, your lane allows you to do. And whatever that lane is, stay in it. You got cats that sometimes trying to live, live in the fast lane when you ain't a fast lane type player. You know what I'm saying? And that's just bottom line how it is. But I think when you look at certain teams, the identity comes from certain players, and how the conversation. So I'm big on reading post-game remarks. So if it's Marcano or if it's Pete, or whoever the case may be, I'm sort of reading how they talk about team. Their individual performance is great.
Yeah.
But you look at a lot of teams that's individualized, and they don't win.
Yeah.
Right? You have some teams that have really good stats across the board, and you're going, well, why are they 30 games under 500? Because they don't do it consistently as a unit.
Yeah.
When you look at this team and listen to how they talk about team, they talk about let's go, they talk about playing all out through 9 innings, and that to me, sort of sticks out because if you're going to win a chip, there's consistency throughout the whole postseason.
Yeah.
And so, while they clinch and got the opportunity to, get to the postseason, it means nothing.
Well, yeah, we saw like last night, like the celebration was subdued because they were like, job's not done yet.
You got to have more, like, I remember guys, Bobby Bonilla, cats going, we got a lot of champagne. And then they got to click what he means. Because you can go get a nice little batch of champagne and be like, boom, 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 and be very happy that you made it. Or you can get a whole lot of it because we got a whole lot of popping bottles to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's about, when I look at it, I always say bottom line because at the end of the day, the bottom line is what did you do consistently to get you in a position where you playing that final out to run and jump on everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us your favorite memory as a Met. Now you have a lot of good ones.
Man, NLCS, we just posted it the other day. I mean, it was the Angel game when I hit the foul ball with 3-2. And then I said, you know what? The NLCS catching that final out, tough year for me. I struggled offensively. But I know I had boys to pick me up. And when you're in those moments where you're catching that final out, you're putting a ball in your back pocket, you've sort of dealt with the roller coaster of a season, the adversities that come with it. And then you sort of get to the postseason like everybody's 0-0. The scoreboard don't really matter. Stop looking at the scoreboard. It does not matter. I don't care. If you hit 210 with 10 homers and you're still in the lineup, that's a plus.
Do something good.
I remember that NLCS. You really put a ride into one. That inning. Oh my God! You just said that. Kind of sent me all the way back. Kind of knocked me out a second.
Yeah, no, it's every day you wake up, you getting prepared for the game, and I've had moments where I've woken up from a dream and thought, damn, I just had the game. I'm like, damn, I ain't played yet. You know what I mean? But it psychs you out. Yeah. You sort of have you have nervous energy that you have to like bottle up, and I don't know. That's when you talk about Mr. October. You talk about certain guys that can play and certain times of the year. If you don't calm your nerves on the on-deck circle, or before you walk out there and cross that line and go on the field, boy, it could be a shaky game. And you'll see it. We're gonna see it this whole postseason. You're gonna see guys where you're going, can bottle it up. So the nerves are out there rocking them.
what do you think is the biggest difference between the game 1 to 162 than once you get to October?
The biggest thing and the biggest challenge is staying within yourself, understanding that the game is just a game. And it's if you can channel it to game 88, boy, you're doing yourself wonders.
Yeah.
Never happens that way, but you have to psych this thing out. And it's mind over matter. It's like, how am I going to chill myself out, look at this pitcher on the mound, get in his eyes, and sort of make him make a mistake. See if he's fretting. See if he's going, tipping. See if he's doing something that's going to give me an advantage. Because most of the times you get in the box and you're just thinking, see the ball, and I got to hit it, and I got to get the job done. Slow the game down. Look at that guy out there. And if you can get him to flinch a little bit, that's your advantage that you got to run with.
Awesome. I know, Cliff, you're busy today. You got a lot of stuff going on at the network.
Man,
so.
we got behind the scenes. We got everything going on. It actually is a day where you sort of can relax because this part of the day is our chillest moments.
Yeah.
TV to me is going blank.
Yeah.
When the minute you start trying to think about what you're gonna say, flatline, you're done. You know what I mean? But so you just try to chill and just let it rock.
But yeah, we appreciate you coming on.
No
Thank
doubt.
you so much.
Thanks for having
and
me.
Hope to see you guys. Hope to see you soon.
No doubt.
Cliff, thank you. What's up, guys? Back to some more bonus content for the Messed Up Podcast here with Harold Reynolds, host of MLB Tonight, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you can call me the host.
Yeah,
but I'm kinda, I do a
staple
little
of MLB
everything.
Network here. There you go. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good?
Oh, yeah, of course. Feeling great. Thanks for helping
Mets are in the postseason.
We're in officially last night. We're excited. Are you
Very
us now?
excited.
Yeah, really. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Did you think it was kind of funny yesterday that they clinched the postseason spot, but the divisional race is still so hot, and they had like a half a celebration? Like, what do you think about that as a former player?
That's kind of the vogue thing to do now. But for somebody who never got into postseason, and I was knocking on the door, it seemed like all the time, man, I'm celebrating.
Yeah.
You got to celebrate every moment. And I'm sure they did in a sense.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can be a little bit too Johnny Cool. Hey, we're here. I get it. They got their eye on bigger things. But I think every moment you celebrate. You do.
Definitely. Yeah. What do you think about this 2022 Mets team? How you feeling about them?
I like them. It's been a little topsy-turvy.
Definitely a little bit.
It's the injuries have kind of been the story, not only for the Mets, but for the season. So it's kind of like who can stay healthy. And I look at it this way, because I've been kind of in on the Mets all year.
Like that?
That with DeGrom and Scherzer, that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key. And so really, with both those guys having injuries earlier in the year, they're fresh now.
We had this conversation
Compared
this
to
morning,
everybody else being tired. So I think it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise.
Also, Carrasco missed a month. Taiwan Walker missed the first month of the season. They have this kind of unique situation where no one's that taxed. And you've seen that really crush other teams in recent years. But you mentioned not making the postseason. Spent most of your career at the Mariners.
Yeah.
They're knocking on the door too right now. Are you excited for your M's?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been in the postseason since 2001.
Yeah, wild.
So yeah, I'm excited. It's I love the new wild card system because if without it, they're not in again. And I think the new wild card system is going to really help the sport. Look at the buzz that's in the sport right now. We've got probably 5 markets that would be out of it by now that are still knocking at the door. So I think this is the purpose of it. And now you're looking at, there's 30 teams in the big leagues, and most years we can go, I know what 10 teams are in the playoffs. It eliminates 20. Now we've brought it along another 12 to 14 teams that thought maybe they wouldn't have a chance. So this is cool.
Yeah, something we talked about was during the COVID season when we had that massive playoff, how there was like 3 or 4 days where you could wake up at 12 o'clock or you could start watching at 12 o'clock and finish watching at 10 o'clock at night. And it was just baseball all day, and how big that is for the sport. The sport's doing really well, a lot of great young stars. How do you feel about the game of baseball moving forward?
I'm excited. Obviously, all the young stars, but I think the new rules will help highlight those young stars even more. The players may not understand that or see it right now, but I think they will in due time. The shift rule, you would have thought a guy who played in the 80s and 90s would have never said, hey, they need a shift rule. I would have been shooting that thing the other way. They don't play that way. So you got to adjust to the times. And I think every sport, football's done it, basketball's done it. Football changes rules so much.
Every year.
We don't even know what's going on in football. Play happens and you go, well, what's that called? He's out there doing this instead of doing this or that. I mean, they got more, they're doing breakdowns. Okay, that must be the new rule. So yeah, we needed it. We needed an upgrade in the sport.
Harold, you were a prolific base stealer in your day. You found this out on Wikipedia earlier, the only player in 1980s to lead the league in steals besides Ricky Henderson.
Yeah.
Next year, one of the new rule changes, going to increase the base size a little bit, and also changing the pickoff rules from pitcher to first. Do you think that's going to bring stolen bases back into the game?
I hope so. It really comes down to the front offices.
Yeah.
You know, if they're going to cut guys loose, if they're going to play that style. Obviously, when I was in the big leagues, running was vogue. You know, we had 5, 6 guys on the team that were going to steal. Even your catchers ran. You know, and now it's more about power. So I think with a combination of things, with the no shift rules, going to open up more base hits, different things like that, and the stolen bases I think will increase. So you're going to see a different athlete because now we're not going to have a Mike Moustakas, a traditional third baseman, playing second base.
Yeah,
you know, he's going to have to go back to his normal position, and we're going to get these little guys that can pick it and range playing second.
No, defense is going to become much more prevalent. You can't really hide anybody without a shift.
No.
With a shift, you can hide anybody you want. You can almost hide 2 guys.
Like I said, more diving plays too, I think.
Think about the play Manny Machado made up against the right field.
That's like my favorite play.
What a play by Manny. He's in right field.
But it was a great play.
It was a great
It was against the Mets. He saved a run because that ball bounced so far away, and you saw him run. You know the arm Manny Machado has. He was able to get that ball into third base basically on one hop. It's kind of weird that's being taken away, but it's cool that the players are going to be playing their own positions.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, definitely. We saw you on Thursday night at Citi Field, Roberto Clemente Day, Roberto Clemente Award winner. What does that day mean to you, and what does Roberto Clemente mean to you?
That's like up here. To win the award is one thing. You know, it's kind of a crowning achievement to all the stuff that you do. You know, everybody wants to give back. It's always not to be recognized, but to be recognized is pretty cool. Yeah. And to get the Clemente Award is even greater. And then the fun for me on Thursday was being around all the guys. You know, you see the guys win. I get to vote on it all the time. We never have a collection of that many people together. Yeah. So riding out on the buses out to Citi Field, everybody's telling stories, and it was really a cool group.
Were you able to connect with any Mets that day in particular? I know the team is a very big Puerto Rican contingency, just about Roberto Clemente and his impact.
Yeah, Francisco Lindor came down, spent some time. Edwin Diaz, I knew him obviously from his Seattle days. They came down, got a chance to spend a lot of time with us, but really everybody was in a blur. But the biggest person that impacted our day was Alex Cohen. You know, Steve's wife, the owner's wife. She was phenomenal. Obviously, she's Puerto Rican. Brought her dad, who's 91 years old and goes to every baseball game. He's a big baseball fan. But her heart and desire to impact the community beyond the team itself is undeniable. You know, the charities that she's involved in. Even Sunday, I came back and I brought a Little League team from my hometown, Montclair, New Jersey. We brought 120 kids out there. She came up to the 500 section to come say hello.
That's really cool.
And then she was heading out to center field to give away tickets to some people out there.
Yeah.
So she's engaged, she's all in, and you can feel the transformation. And the stadium's transformed.
Yeah, 100%. Really yeah.
How about the trumpet?
The trumpet. Well, what do you? I gotta assume you like the trumpets then.
It's
Who
the
doesn't?
greatest thing in sports.
Yeah, like, who doesn't like it? It's transcending
it's spreading
baseball.
everywhere.
I mean,
sports too.
Sunday, they're up 3 in the 9th.
Yeah.
And they get an extra couple runs, and Diaz sits down. And
we were at the game, and I was walking around downstairs, and I saw at least 3 little kids run to their parents. Diaz is gonna come in. Diaz is gonna come in. Like, it's incredible the excitement that like just a song can bring to a game.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We were even at an event on Monday with a bunch of guys who like they wanted to go to a baseball game, but they weren't like necessarily baseball fans.
Yes.
And they were like, "I hope we can see Diaz and the trumpets tonight."
Exactly.
Like it really is. Like it's bringing everyone together.
I went to a game about 2 weeks ago, and he came in the 8th. You know, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." It's the 8th inning. This is good.
Yeah, you got to experience it. It's amazing live.
Let's do a couple like maybe funky little New Jersey questions before you leave too. We put the roast on the hot seat with these. So
all right.
Pork roll or Taylor ham?
Taylor ham.
All right, good answer.
Yeah,
just making sure.
No doubt.
Have to double check.
No, I'm not born in Jersey, but that's just my desire.
Okay. Not born in Jersey kills the rest of the questions.
Probably kills the rest of the questions.
Yeah, most of them. I mean,
I have kids born in Jersey.
Are you a football fan, Jets or Giants?
Yeah, they both take care of me real well. So.
Smart answer.
Even.
All right, here's one. Since you are in Jersey now, and you've probably done some driving in Jersey, New Jersey Turnpike or Garden State Parkway?
The Turnpike.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a clear one.
Now, don't ask me. The crazy thing, I grew up on the West Coast, okay?
Yeah.
come out here and they're like exit 55, 77, 101. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, why don't you I live off Grove Street, you know? What are we doing?
There's too many roads in New Jersey. A lot of people that got to fit in here. Oh, man. But I think that's good, right?
Yeah.
Good for everybody. Harold, thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you,
the
brother.
time.
Appreciate you guys.
You
All
as well,
right.
man.
Go Mets.
Yeah, let's go
Mets,
Mets.
man.
All right, have fun. See you
Thanks,
later.
Harold.
Thank you.
Bye.
Get up, get up, get up.